Chief, how you doing? How are you? Good.
6:59. Everybody okay down there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody okay down there? Everybody up here is ready, so I'll ask you guys, are you all ready?
What are you waiting for?
Doors. 15
Doors.
seconds, 15 seconds left.
We're waiting for doors.
On bad weather.
That's right, she's right here, is she? Okay, Jenny, it's Ben, are you ready?
Remember this time.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting, March 16th, 2026 of the Tuckerton Borough Council. Please stand for a flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, if I read, we have to have, Madam Clerk, would you please read the Public Meetings Act statement?
Provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act imply that this notice was published in the Beacon and the Asbury Park Press stating the time, date, and place of this meeting.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Mr. Connors.
Good evening.
You need a chair. Wow, we're doing well.
I know, she was gonna push it out with a lady.
I'm gonna do roll call.
Okay,
Mr. Breland.
Present.
Mr. Martin.
Here.
Mr. Colangelo.
Here.
Mr. Diemar.
Here.
Mr. Dupre.
Here.
Mr. Peterson.
Here.
Mayor Marshall.
here.
Thank you.
All right, yep, skip right over that too. Well, we do not have a presentation tonight. So, we will go on to legislation. Councilman Breland.
I have nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Okay. That takes care of that, then we'll go on to finance. Councilman Martin, I know you have a few things.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have 3 resolutions this evening, and I wanted to make one announcement. On the borough's website, under the tab of Community, there is a link to legal publications now. Anytime the borough is gonna have a publication or a notice, it can be found right there, so it's easy, it finds, and it'll comply with the state standards of the electronic filing of notices, so we don't have to do the paper, the Asbury Park Press, and
Oh, that's
all
what
that
it
anymore.
says
We'll be able to
on
do
the-
it. So again, that's under Community on the website, and you go down to Legal Publications, and you'll be able to find everything right there. And Savannah set that all up, so if it's wrong, blame her.
Very good.
For my first resolution this evening, I have the payment of claims for this month. We had 2 big checks that are gonna go out. One is the Ocean County Utilities, our first quarter bill, that's $152,000 and change. And then also Tuckerton Elementary School going out for $326,000 and change. We have a total of $651,823.37 going out. We also had 2 for tipping services. Our tipping services are always $20,000. There's 2 of them that we're putting out this month from last month and this month. So that's another $40,000 that normally we do at $20,000 each time. We're doing 40. So I have a resolution of the Borough of Tuckerton, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of claims in the amount of $651,823.37, and I move this resolution.
Second?
All right, I have a motion and a second on this resolution as read. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Breland.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Diemar.
Yes.
Mr. Dupre.
Yes, with the exception of Squad 85 and the Station 70 fire agreement. I have to abstain from those 2.
Mr. Peterson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. My next resolution is appointing a new treasurer for the borough. I have a resolution of the Borough of Tuckerton, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appointing Jennifer McCory as treasurer for the Borough of Tuckerton, and I move this resolution.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second on this resolution. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Breland.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Diemar.
Yes.
Mr. Dupre.
Yes.
Mr. Peterson.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then my final resolution, Mayor, this evening is to cancel certain tax debt and credit balances. These are all under $10. So I have a resolution of the Borough of Tuckerton, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, canceling certain tax debt and credit balances that are under $10, and I move this resolution.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second on this resolution. Are there any questions from council? I see none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Breland.
Yes.
Mr. Martin. Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Diemar.
Yes.
Mr. Dupre.
Yes.
Mr. Peterson.
Yes.
And that's all I have.
Okay, fine, thank you very much. Let's see. Next is Councilman Colangelo.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I have just one resolution to read this evening. We'll be authorizing a road opening on Lake Street, that is to reconnect the gas service. Just a couple announcements. The Public Works yard will be closed on Friday, April the 3rd, and the Public Works yard will reopen on Sundays, or 4 Sundays, starting April the 5th. The Ocean County Solid Waste Management Special Program for household hazardous trash and document shredding, all that information is on our website. We have a resolution of the Borough of Tuckerton, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the approval of a road opening permit on Lake Street for Block 5, Lot 14, and granting relief under Section 229-15 of the Borough Code. I move this resolution.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second on this resolution as read and explained. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Breland.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Diemar.
Yes.
Mr. Dupre.
Yes.
Mr. Peterson.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much. Next is Public Buildings and Grounds, Councilman Diemar.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing this evening.
Okay, going on to administration and regulation, Councilman Dupre.
Thanks, Your Honor. I have 3 items this evening. First is the minutes from the previous meeting. And any council member have any additions or corrections they'd like to make at this time? There being none?
I did have one comment. The first line says, Mayor Marshall called the annual reorganization meeting of Tuckerton to order. We could just change that to council meeting.
Gotcha. So noted. Okay, with that exception made, I so move that we accept the minutes as written with that correction.
All right, so I have a motion and a second to accept the minutes. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Breland.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Diemar.
Yes.
Mr. Dupre.
Yes.
Mr. Peterson.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then the second item, Your Honor, I have the construction office and code enforcement report. On-site inspections were 34, violation notices sent were 3. Notices sent for snow removal were a budging 28. Warnings sent out. And bulkhead inspections were 3 violations that were open, 3 violations cleared were 2. Summonses pending 1. And calls from homeowners were 12. Inspections performed were 24, 2 bulkhead, 9 plumbing, 14 electric, 2 were complaints, and 4 were zoning. And that concludes the zoning and code enforcement. And then moving on for fire and EMS, there were a total of 14 fire calls and 29 EMS calls. And the chief wanted me to pass on that the members of Station 70, Park Town Fire Company, assisted Tuckerton Borough in clearing driveways to assist Squad 85 in removing patients safely from their homes. And the plow truck was also going around. People may have seen the Park Town Fire Company plow vehicle going to certain residents, that was elderly people that the borough didn't have time, or it was more necessary to clear roads and didn't have the time, so Parker Town took care of that. But in that being said, the chief would like to thank the Public Works Department and the chief for the police department. They did an outstanding job during the storm. It was overwhelming for many communities, and if you read any of the social posts, Tuckerton went above and beyond and far exceeded everybody's expectations. So hats off to both the Public Works and of course the fire, or the police department. And of course I'd like to thank the fire department and EMS for doing such a great job in the snow. It was pretty tough. But that's all I have, Your Honor.
Well, thank you very much. We are all working together to get whatever jobs need to be done.
Absolutely.
And at the, I just want to mention at the Tuckerton installation of officers, they recognized you for all of your work and the things that you did very, very nicely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let everybody know that you were recognized. So
Appreciate that.
that's good. And I had a plaque that they gave us, and my office got moved. I'm now down there, and I forgot the plaque. So I will have to present it next meeting.
Yeah. Hopefully the chief will be able to make that one. He's tied up with another meeting,
Oh, okay.
the commissioners meeting.
So it was very nice, very, very nice dinner. All right, we're moving on to law and public safety. Councilman Peterson.
I have a monthly activity report for the police department for February 2026. Calls for service were 271, arrests were 11, motor vehicle stops were 121, motor vehicle summons were 61, motor vehicle accidents were 6, medical was 50, and suspicious person and vehicle checks were 12. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Busy month. You do a great job, you and your note also, Chief.
Right.
I can recognize you as well. All right, so that takes care of that, and now, it looks like I'm on for, and I have an appointment to the Land Use Board. And this is Ryan Hennessy is his name, and he is a young man who lives on Kelly Avenue. And I would like to read his letter because this is a very well put together letter for the person that I looked at, who was on the other side. As discussed, I told him he had to write a letter to get on land use. He was interested in doing that. I am writing to formally express my interest in joining the Tuckerton Land Use Committee. I have a strong appreciation for Tuckerton's character, growth, and long-term planning efforts, and I would welcome the opportunity to contribute my time and perspective in service of the community. I am particularly interested in thoughtful land use, responsible development, and ensuring that future planning decisions balance progress with the preservation of what makes Tuckerton unique. I believe that collaborative, well-informed planning is essential to maintaining the borough's quality of life, and I would be honored to assist the committee in that work. Now, I thought that was a very well put together letter explaining why he is interested in this position. So I am asking for his approval.
I'll make a motion that we accept Ryan.
I'll second it.
All right, so now we have a motion and a second to accept Brian Hennessy as a member of the Tuckerton Land Use Committee.
Okay, so he's gonna be an alternate number 1 for an unexpired term to expire on 12/31/2027.
Okay,
So, technically, it's the mayor's appointment, you don't need to have a vote on it or
Okay.
anything, so, but if you wanna do all in favor, then you can do that too.
all right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him the other day, very conscientious young man.
He seemed very, for someone his age, I was surprised that, and with the letter that came, so,
Yeah, very impressive.
yes. And that's why I thought it was important to share it with everyone. Okay, next we go to Mr. Connors.
I have nothing there for this evening.
All right. Madam Clerk?
I have nothing officially. I just wanna give a shout out to all of our employees are great, but our public works, and water and sewer guys on, the plowing of this last snow. They worked a lot of hours and went above and beyond and helped fellow towns and fellow people out, and I really do wanna recognize them. They gave it their all, and, they were, basically on their own, and they did a phenomenal job on that. Even though the Tuckerton Beach area didn't see a plow right away, but we can't send our vehicles down in the salt water. And when we can, we got down there. So I just wanna shout out to the workers, boots on the ground guys. And that's all I have this evening.
All right, thank you very much, and it was such a strange storm, and we haven't had that much snow in a long time, and then it froze, and it wasn't melting once it started to warm up, it was just there, and finally it's all gone, so we're done with that, hopefully we don't have any more like that this year. All right, next, committee reports? Do we need an executive committee?
Nope.
Okay. Any committee or commission reports? I'd like to thank anyone here who went to the 4th of July fireworks fundraiser, spaghetti dinner that they had March 2nd at the Redmond. It was a lot of fun, and the spaghetti was very good, as usual, and
It's very well attended too.
yes.
I think that was the most people I've seen at one of our spaghetti dinners.
Yes, and we can use the money because we want to have a real bang-up job for the 4th. Okay, any other committee reports or commission? All right, we are moving on to public forum.
Motion open the public forum.
Second?
All right, I have a motion and a second to open the public forum. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we're ready to hear what you have to say, Mr. Solomon.
Should I go to the microphone now?
Microphone go, yes.
Sorry, he's like,
You gonna sing for us?
hell no.
Oh, I moved it for the wedding that we had.
I guess about a week and a half ago, we had a water leak in the street, and I called Charlie Kramer, he came right away. He actually stuck his arm into the street up to his elbow. I'm like, wow, where'd your arm go? Anyway, it was on a weekend, he came Monday morning with the crew, fixed the leak, beautiful job. I can't compliment him enough on the job that he did, him and his men. I also want to thank Brian for coming to our meeting and explaining to our neighbors about shoreline restoration and how all that works, because I'm no expert, that's for damn sure. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I just want to thank
All
everybody.
right, well, thank you, and thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention here too. We don't get to hear all that good stuff, right? That
They did
fun
a good
stuff.
job, and the snow plow was excellent too. I plowed snow for 20 years, and they did a really good job.
You're right, thank you very much. Is there anyone else who has anything to say tonight? Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, how's everybody doing? Eric Hansen, 389 South Green Street, Tuckerton. I hastily put a little statement together this afternoon, and it's concerning, Brian, you'd be familiar with it, which is the New Jersey SCR 106 concurrent resolution opposing the real DEP rules. So, and what I'd like to do is inquire the town and the council as if whether we support the resolution introduced on February 24th, or if the council opposes, the resolution, and to find out whether the town and the council and mayor has joined in with the coalition to oppose those New Jersey real rules. So that was my first question.
I can give you a quick answer. So
Okay.
I have not read through the actual resolution. I know it's opposing the New Jersey Real Act, which I am 100% on board. I haven't had a chance to read it, and then I was gonna discuss it with everybody, but I would like to have the council's support after I do of opposing the REAL. I think the REAL Act makes no sense. I think it's devastating to the coastal communities. I've attended a couple other seminars recently about it. Was from a real estate standpoint. We talked about it and went through it and what it's going to do to values of homes along the coast with the new height, going up 4 feet. And I love that, that was the solution from 5 feet. We're going to lower it to 4 feet to, that way it's not as old.
Real quick, this governing body already adopted a resolution opposing, they are part of the coalition.
They are
That
part of the
was
coalition?
started with, the mayor, I forget the gentleman's name, but he is an assistant to Mayor Mancini from over on LBI. So they forwarded us a resolution to oppose the REAL, Act, and we adopted that right off from the get-go. Now,
think
if
that's
there's a
different than-
newer one, then, let me know, but, I'm in touch with that gentleman and the coalition that you speak of, and they haven't sent us anything new opposing it,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, well, I think I have to go, and you know more, Chris.
What's that?
You know more about the process of the current resolution. They have to go to, the one committee and then.
Well, it goes,
to the
yeah,
assembly.
referred to a Senate committee, and then if released from the Senate committee, it will be put up for a vote in the Senate. I don't know whether there's a concurrent resolution in the Assembly. Sometimes they can move simultaneously, more than likely. They will. The one thing about the Senate concurrent resolution doesn't require signature of the governor, like other bills do require.
Right.
So, but it's just getting the majority in the legislature.
I thought the REAL Act was signed off by the governor and put into play because.
It was.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I think it's in already.
24th hour of this.
Well, there's
This is an attempt to reverse.
what is it, 120-day freeze from Cheryl, or
Yeah.
Cheryl,
But
that she was
what's-
appointed, because he actually adopted it on his last day in office. Which, I'll continue reading, And, I had mentioned before, you guys had acknowledged the fact that, I think it was May of 2025, where Tuckerton got $4.5 million for climate resilience. And I just wanted to point that out. But to understand everything, through my research, New Jersey since 2016 has spent $1 billion on fighting climate change. $1 billion, which is a huge amount of money. And my point is over the past years, the state of New Jersey has issued grants to numerous coastal communities, grants specific to climate change, and prior to the notice of the New Jersey REAL change being published. Here again, this is my opinion. This action by the New Jersey DEP and the state amounts to nothing more than a bribe in my eyes. This is my eyes. If you go ahead and if it was a business or it was anybody else, and you had 3 years to give out millions of dollars to all municipalities down along the coast, prior to go ahead and putting out and publishing to satisfy the administrative rules, that it can be, in my eyes, seen as nothing more than a bribe to the communities, so the communities don't fight back once they really realize what these rules mean. Over the past 3 years, I've spent countless hours opposing the DEP rules. I feel it's important that the residents of Tuckerton, New Jersey fully understand exactly what our town's position is, whether we oppose it or we would approve of the adoption. But in my eyes, the fact that Governor Murphy signed that into law on his last day of office is absurd. And furthermore, our new governor has not even taken a position on what these rules are, whether she for them, against them. It's wide open, nobody knows. So I wanted to ask people in the audience and, the council and stuff, How many people in the audience knows what REAL stands for?
I can't remember. It's really the Community Killer Act, in my opinion.
All right, well, anybody know? No. No? Okay. Well, that was the point there. It stands for Resilient Environment and Landscaping, REAL. All right, now, I wanted,
For everybody by saying what it was.
now I wanted to ask, how many people in the audience have read the 1,044 pages of revised amended proposal rules pursuant to REAL? Anybody? Nobody?
Well, I put it in ChatGPT.
I was just gonna say, I will tell you that I put the whole 1,000 pages into ChatGPT.
Well, there's a reason why. I'm getting to that. You know, the fact of the matter is, in my opinion again, that these rules are not only wrong, but will completely destroy the coastal communities. Furthermore, these rules are not designed to combat climate change. Rather, in my opinion again, they are rules implemented to limit insurance companies' liability and to cause insurance overcharge to the New Jersey residents of the state of New Jersey. Now, because I own the marina, I have a soft spot for this with the Tidelands Act. All right, but I've written specific questions over the past 3 years. I've gone to public meetings when they were doing them up in Ocean County. I've gone to various things. I've written Oprah requests, and I've written specific questions to both the state of New Jersey and the New Jersey DEP with absolutely zero, and I mean zero response. In my opinion, the lack of response speaks louder than words, simply because neither the state nor the DEP wants anyone to know certain aspects of the long-range effects of these rules. Again, my time is limited, but however, I'm going to try and point out a few issues which should be of concern to our coastal communities. And then again, in my opinion, the required notice by the administrative laws that the DEP was required to file, which was 104 pages. In my opinion, there is no way, because I have read it, and I do have some legal background, no way any resident of New Jersey without legal experience or anything, the average New Jersey resident would or can completely understand the complex legal wordage used within the notice to the public, nor would the average New Jersey resident be able to understand or find the numerous administrative law references throughout the proposed rule changes. In short, in my opinion, that you would need a team of Supreme Court justices armed with a team of paralegals to even begin to understand the meaning within the legal system of these proposed rules. What is the point of requiring a legal notice of proposed rule changes if the rules themselves cannot be understood by the average person? I mean, why do we put it out there? If nobody could go through the administrative law, go to the law books, and try and figure that out, it just makes no sense. So, one of my arguments to oppose those rules would be, they never make the standards of notice. Secondly, my second question to the DEP is how exactly will proposed rule changes interact with the New Jersey Tidelands Act? Are you familiar with the Tidelands Act? In the Tidelands Act, the state claims that they own all land beneath high tide. Take that into consideration, and with the DEP proposing that in 75 years, we're gonna have 4 to 5 feet of climate change, sea rise level, Who's gonna own that land when high tide comes over that land? This is a question I've asked them numerous times. Very important. Who's gonna own the land? No answer. And in public, I asked them, they said, well, we really haven't gave that much thought. So I have a problem with that. And there's no reason that rests within the Tidelands Act. I cannot fully explain that the Tidelands Act within the limitation amount I hereby today. But what I can tell you is that under the Tidelands Act, the state of New Jersey will own that land. My land, anybody's land that, even if it encroached a half inch at high tide consistently, the state can come in and deem they own that land, and then what do we do? No clarification. How do we even consider rules like this when they don't explain the full strength of what they're trying to do? So the end result is the land and the property we currently own and live upon in and around our coastal communities, if it does go up 4 or 5 feet, what's gonna happen at Tuckerton Beach? Who's gonna pay for that? Instead of this, how this would be handled, neither DEP, the state will answer the questions, because it's important for New Jersey residents to understand the full implications of these rules.
Okay, are you just about done?
I'm not done, I know my 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know you're over, but what you're saying,
I'm not
I
used-
think we all need to hear.
Okay, and just one thing, in accordance with the Tidelands Act, I just want to read you a little blurb. In 1967, the Supreme Court of New Jersey affirmed the case O'Neill versus State Highway Department that the state owns all land that are flowed by tide up to the high water line or mark. Now, this is already written in stone. Well, there are several reasons why I oppose these rules. Before I run out of time, I just want to say that this is absurd that we've even gotten this far. To spend $1 billion on trying to fight climate change with no direction, and to have an agency like the NJDEP present these to us, which nobody understands, obviously, and I'm not criticizing anybody for that, but I've spent a lot of time reading these things, because it's important to me. I worked for 25 years. What are they gonna do, come and take my land? Over my dead body they are. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention.
So, Madam Mayor, I'd like to follow up with just a couple points to that. One thing you mentioned was about the insurance companies. I will tell you, the DEP, and this is not me, this is the DEP stance, is that the REAL Act will not affect your insurance rates one bit, because insurance companies go off of the FEMA maps, not off of the state maps, and this would be a state map. Now, I'm just saying that is what the DEP says. It's been my personal experience that any chance you give an insurance company an avenue to make more money, they're going to take that avenue. But the DEP has said numerous times, this will not affect your insurance, your flood insurance, any of that, because all that is based off of FEMA maps. So,
Can I ask you a question? You get that in writing?
I have it on tape, on video. And numerous. I've sat in on a lot of
I
meetings.
disagree with that, but
But like I said, I disagree. I've never heard of an insurance
how
company
hard
that's
it is
not
to
gonna
get
try to make more money.
legislation back once it's enacted.
As far as they will not answer what is going to happen if the sea level rise of 4 feet. I have full belief, and this is my personal full belief, that the Tidelands claims will come in and they will say the state now owns your property. So I don't know why they wouldn't answer that, or they say that they haven't thought about it. That's the whole point of the Tidelands Authority, is so that at high tide, when you're underwater, the state can now say we own that land. So I will say the the good news in all this is that the study that was done by, well, not in all this, but in that aspect of the Tidelands claims, the study that was used to write the REAL Act was done, and it showed you a percentage of what the sea level will rise over the next, 75 years. When they were originally proposing the 5-foot thing, that was, and I could get it wrong, but it was something like a 12% chance of happening, that it would be up 5 feet. The 4-foot was still like a,
30%.
yeah, is that what it was, 30? I thought it was even lower than that.
It
The
was less than.
the 6 inches to 18 inches was like an 80%. So why the DEP took that lowest statistical probability to use it for what they're enacting as the rules is beyond me.
Can I give you a little insight on that?
That's great.
But that's what they went with, and, like I said, I had numerous meetings with mayors of all the towns around here opposing it. And I do think it's a devastating rule for coastal communities, and I don't see what the real benefit is. They're saying, we're helping you guys ensure that your house will still be standing 75 years in the future.
You gotta swim to it.
When in the coastal communities, you look at how long the real lifespan of a house is, and anymore, the real lifespan of a house is under 30 years, especially on places like Long Beach Island. I know the house is meant to last that long, but they don't. That's not the reality of what happens. People tear them down and build new faster and faster in the coastal communities, so. I just wanted to follow up with a couple of those, but it is in my opinion, it is a disaster of a new law for us along the coast. And not just the coast, it actually goes up rivers and stuff all throughout the state. It's not even just a coastal thing.
I've had.
Thank you for bringing it. We're gonna go on with the rest of our meeting, but we've heard a lot of information tonight, and I appreciate you bringing that to us.
Thanks.
Does anyone else have any comments? Okay, so that was a good discussion there.
Doris?
Good night.
Motion to close.
Brandon, I was gonna look at what.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to close public forum. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, have a nice evening, stay safe, and read up on this. Thank you for coming also.
If you've got nothing to do for the next couple of days, you can read through the whole thing.